The physiological responses to high altitude hypoxia are divided into two. First is acute response, which is also known as accommodation. Accommodation refers to immediate reflex adjustment of respiratory and cardiovascular system to hypoxia. Second is chronic or long-term response, which is also known as acclimatization. Acclimatization refers to changes in body tissues in response to long-term exposure to hypoxia. As we know, the barometric pressure and the oxygen partial pressure at high altitude is very low. Therefore, this will result in a condition called hypoxia. Hypoxia is defined as the reduction of oxygen supply at the tissue level. One of the acute responses of hypoxia is hyperventilation. Hyperventilation is where we breathe very fast to remove carbon dioxide from our lungs and also to inhale more oxygen. This hyperventilation will eventually produce respiratory alkalosis. Respiratory alkalosis is the increase of pH in our blood. In order to compensate this respiratory alkalosis, our renal will increase the excretion of bicarbonate ion. Besides that, hypoxia also will cause increase in sympathetic activity. There will be increase in blood pressure, heart rate, cardiac output, and also it causes vasoconstriction of capillaries. This vasoconstriction of capillary will eventually lead to high pressures in the capillary, which is also known as hydrostatic pressure. Increase in hydrostatic pressure will lead to leakage of fluid from the capillaries. Eventually, this will cause a condition called edema. There are two common edema occur at high altitude. One is edema around the brain, which is called high altitude cerebral edema, and the other one is edema in pleural cavity, which is called as high altitude pulmonary edema. Long-term exposure to hypoxia will stimulate the production of erythropoietin by the kidney. This will increase the red blood cell production and also the hemoglobin concentration. Therefore, the person will have high amount of hemoglobin, which will cause increase in oxygen carrying capacity.